Hello again and welcome to another episode of Redline Top 5. This week Mazda has sent me over their biggest sedan. This is the 2017 Mazda 6. And in this video I'm going to go over my top 5 likes and top 5 dislikes, so let's get started. Now to kick things off, let's talk about the top 5 things that I really like about the 2017 Mazda 6. And number 5 is going to go to these good-looking 19-inch wheels. Now, believe it or not, most trims will come with the 19s. The Grand Touring model that I'm showing you has these specific dark finish 19-inch wheels. And they're wrapped in two 35 series tires. They are pretty aggressive and they really fill out the wheel wells nicely. Number 4 is going to go to the very comfortable and supportive front seats. They also look fantastic with my tester in this premium package that gives you the Napa leather with the contrast stitching and piping. I took this car on an hour-long road trip and I found the seats to be really pleasant. It's an excellent road trip car if you guys are planning to use it for that. Number 3 is going to go to a fact that a lot of you pretty much know. Mazda builds fun-to-drive vehicles, and the 6 is what I think to be the best handling family mid-size sedan on the market, a mainstream sedan. It's just really great steering, a great chassis, great handling response, and those of you who purchase this vehicle and plan on attacking a back road quite so often, you're really going to want to put the Mazda 6 at the top of your list. Number 2 is going to go to the impressive real-world fuel economy that I'm getting with the Skyactiv engine. Now, Mazda rates this car at 27 in the city and 35 on the highway, and I've been pretty much getting those EPA numbers bang on. Now, you guys know I don't drive very efficiently, but on my hour-long road trip, I was able to get 35 miles per gallon in this car, and in overall mixed driving, I got about 29 miles per gallon. And last but not least, my number 1 like for the 2017 Mazda 6, it has to go to the exterior styling. It just has the lines of a European luxury sports sedan with a premium interior to match. I mean, this car competes with a Honda Accord, with a Toyota Camry, a Nissan Altima, and to be honest, driving it for a week, looking at the interior, it feels like a class above. It feels like it's in a more tier 2 premium class, especially when you look at the interior. Now, switching gears here, of course, no car is perfect, and the 2017 Mazda 6 also has some top 5 things that I don't like about this car. And starting with number 5, I'm going to talk about the fact that it's still missing Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Now, this is, of course, the latest version of the Mazda Connect infotainment system. It works relatively well. You can use either the touchscreen or the remote controller, and I really think that the one thing it's missing is just the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I really hope Mazda plans to add it in the near future. Now, number 4 is going to go to the ride quality, which can be a tad firm at times. Now, I'll be honest, it doesn't bother me whatsoever, and I didn't really notice it until I drove the Toyota Camry back-to-back, or I remember my review of the Honda Accord or the Chevrolet Malibu or the Altima. The Mazda 6 definitely has a little bit of a firmer ride. The 19-inch wheels are to blame, the sportier suspension tuning, but Mazda did that on purpose because it's such a good handling car. Just keep in mind that if you wanted something with a softer ride, you may want to check out some of its competitors. Now, because of that sporty feel, this is going to bring me to my number 3 pick for dislikes, and that's going to go to an interior that is still slightly on the noisier side. Now, the Mazda 6 has always been known for that, and Mazda did make improvements this year with additional sound insulation splashed throughout the cabin, but I did find that the interior still has a little bit more noise than some of its competitors. Now, the road noise is definitely what creeps in, but you really hear more engine noise, and Mazda probably did that on purpose. The engine makes a decent growl, but some of you who are used to driving a Camry, you're going to notice that the engine in this car definitely makes itself known much more, but you may or may not like it depending on what you're looking for. Number 2 is going to go to an interior that feels slightly on the more cramped side compared to some of its competitors. And of course, you can blame that to the overall packaging and the design of this interior, especially with the dash layout, this very wide center console. It makes the car's interior feel a little bit more cramped, especially compared to its more airy rivals. The rear seat also doesn't have quite as much space. It's not horrible by any means, but just know that, you're going to get into some of the competitors and say, wow, their interior feels a lot more airier. And finally, my number 1 dislike for the 2017 Mazda 6 is the fact that Mazda still doesn't offer this car with an upgrade engine. You still get the one choice 2.5-liter Skyactiv 4-cylinder, which is a fine engine, adequate for most applications. However, with such beautiful lines, a really premium interior, Mazda would be foolish to not eventually offer this car with a turbo engine. They were planning a diesel, which was canceled. They may or may not continue to do it. I just would like to see Mazda offer it. If you guys remember, the old 6 used to offer as much as 3 engine options, so it's really perplexing to me as to why Mazda still hasn't offered a turbo. They have a 2.5 turbo in the CX-9. I would love to see the company put it in the 6 as an upgraded engine. So that does it for my Redline top 5 on the 2017 Mazda 6. Now keep in mind, I will be doing a full Redline review on this vehicle. Just make sure and keep checking back in the next couple days. But until then, if you guys are looking to see the latest cars I'm testing, make sure you follow me on Instagram at Redline_reviews. Like us on Facebook, and if you haven't done so, please subscribe to the Redline Reviews YouTube channel for all the latest reviews. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll catch you all in the next video.